Who is the king of simulated racing games? Let's talk about the life of Jimmy Broadbent, who essentially began his YouTubing career in the birth stages of the app and has become one of the biggest YouTubers in sim racing games. How did he manage to get where he is? What is Jimmy Broadbent worth? Stay tuned and we will be exploring the life of Jimmy Broadbent in today's video. First off, who is Jimmy Broadbent? This 30-year-old from Hastings, United Kingdom has been working as a full-time YouTuber for the past 16 years, and he has been actively streaming for 4.5. He is easily the most famous online racer in the world and won several races in his career. To those who are unaware of Jimmy's work, he is an active racer and content creator who focuses mainly on sim racing. He participates in simulated racing events such as the 2020 Virtual Le Mans for 24 hours, where he and a crew of fellow racers will essentially do just that for 24 hours of the day of the event, and treat the rest of the day like practice hour, except that he's found a way to make money out of practicing as well. Jimmy said, "I've been playing racing games since before I can remember. Then, when I got a job, I discovered that I could spend all my money on toy steering wheels. I bought my first proper setup in 2012, and it was absolutely my jam." Soon after that, he took his hobby to YouTube and started uploading clips on the platform. After a few years of finessing his craft, Shetty Irvine began to livestream his shenanigans as well. As his fanbase expanded slowly, it remained a hobby before his channel exploded. Broadbent currently has about 700,000 YouTube subscribers, up from 10,000 in 2017. More than half of them have joined since March of last year. People were getting more interested in sim racing even before the pandemic. We saw Formula 1 drivers use simulators, which gave it real credibility, he says. Then when COVID hit, it became really popular because it was a way for drivers to keep sharp and for people to be entertained. So, what makes Broadbent the most popular sim racer in the world where other creators struggle to make it as an online star? The answer is simple. He's a genuine, humble individual who, perhaps more importantly, is naturally funny. We've all seen companies try to use their memes in their marketing, but it almost always backfires and becomes kinda cringy. Jimmy, on the other hand, understands the importance of authenticity. "I always just try to be myself and do things that I think are fun," he says. "It's not because I'm trying to get a certain demographic to watch." He said that the memes help build a sense of community among Broadbent's viewers. They range from the truly obscure ones, such as saying the F word if something goes bad, to the classic of him being dubbed the Prince of Somalia after pranking esports TV commentators into believing he actually is from the African country. As Broadbent knows, a willingness to laugh is quite charming in a field that often takes itself too seriously. He mentions Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo of McLaren F1 as inspirations. He says they're among the most popular drivers because they aren't just drivers, they show distinct personalities. And the really fun thing about sim racing is that you can have that personality while you drive. Fans can watch drivers work things out as they're going around, and that's fascinating. I much prefer that to watching a sim broadcast where the visuals and commentators emulate a real-life race, because then, why wouldn't I just watch a real-life race, he stated. When real drivers film themselves sim racing, it obviously is thrilling for the viewers, and it's even more thrilling when they compete against famous sim racers who are professionals in their fields. Broadbent took on plenty of big names last year and even beat a few of them. He raced 4th in the virtual Bahrain Grand Prix, barely ahead of Lando Norris. He won the iRacing Indianapolis 500, and he participated in the virtual Le Mans 24 Hours, which was won by an experienced Porsche factory driver, Nicky Tandy. He soon realized that racing drivers are just people like us who love racing, said Broadbent. And even so, he readily admits that he still gets starstruck. "I once overtook Frank Biella in a race, which to me is an icon," he says. "It was surreal, and I once got hit by Rubens Barrichello." However, his best anecdote comes from a Legends event last summer. Broadbent prayed to himself, "Do not hit Emerson Fittipaldi," only seconds before pushing the 1970 icon into the gravel. "That night, I got a call from an unknown number," he says. It was Emerson, and that he actually wanted to apologize because he thought he had been too slow. Jimmy says he was sitting in his dressing gown, relaxing at the end of the day when he had an F1 legend apologizing to him. "It was absolutely crazy," he said. Jimmy claims that there have been lots of moments like this where he thought, is this really happening? Because beneath all of that, he is still just a massive racing fanboy. Now before we tell you more about Jimmy's life stories and net worth, we'd like to thank you for making it this part of the video. If you're a fan of sim racing, then make sure to like the video, subscribe to VIP Buzz, and turn on bell notifications to never miss our uploads. Jimmy Broadbent is not the only sim racer to make the switch to the real world of racing. Nissan has been training top Gran Turismo players since 2009, and in 2019, World's Fastest Gamer contestant winner James Baldwin won his first race in the British GT Championship. However, Jimmy says that he is the first racer who made a transition to the career of racing without having any past experience in the sport. He also said that when he was 26 years old, he raced for the first time in a kart race with just average cars. Due to his lack of experience, he had to take the Britcar campaign very seriously. The main thing is getting myself fit, he says. I've lost about 10 kg. The interesting thing is that my arms are actually okay because of using a direct drive gaming wheel, which is so strong. Indeed, the best of these can generate up to 22 pounds of torque. Broadbent also increased his sim efforts, mastering the 380 bhp Praga R1T and Britcar tracks in the same way that all top drivers do nowadays. He built a 7,000 pound rig with the help of sponsors. We actually made a car from scratch in the sim to try to emulate the Praga as closely as possible using real data, which was really cool, he further commented. He said it might sound stupid, but the main thing in preseason testing was just getting his head around the fact that he was actually driving a race car. He had to be confident and try to overcome that fear. He also had to teach his brain that the downforce and brakes actually work and are not just electric gadgets. He further said that it was like seeing snow for the first time because actual racing left him in a "what the hell is this" situation. Of course, in sim racing, you don't really feel the G-forces or braking forces, and you get these shoves at you as you shift through gears. Nevertheless, Jimmy improved his time by about 14 seconds from the first to the last lap, so he was pretty happy with that. Regardless, now that his position is off, he's been focusing mostly on uploading videos and streaming for hours. Every week, he tries to upload at least 2 videos and streams on 2 other days. His channel is currently booming at 780,000 subscribers with a total of over 200 million views. He's growing at a very steady rate, gaining nearly 15,000 subscribers every month and gaining nearly 5.5 million views in that same time. So you must be wondering, of course, is YouTube a lucrative career? The answer in one simple word is yes. Broadbent is yet another exclusive member of the 7-figure club. His estimated net worth from YouTube, sim racing, sponsorships, and deals is expected to be nearly $2 million. And owing to the lockdown and pandemic, his channel growth has been remarkable and is only expected to grow more and more as the years pass. Jimmy has truly shown that whether or not you have the experience in a particular field, you can certainly make it big if you have the right mindset and are willing to master the skills. What do you think of Jimmy Broadbent and his unique car career? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel VIP Buzz, and we'll catch you next time.